It hits for so much. It hits for so much. Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys for all the love in the last video. I really appreciate you guys so much. Subscribe if you aren't subscribed. Let's get right into it with a very underrated creature. And I cannot tell you guys how underrated this creature is. The Avothius. It's a huge land herbivore with 8,000 health, 275 damage. It takes an hour to grow. It weighs 8,000 pounds. Holy hell. It is a creature with a few active abilities, in fact only one, and a bunch of passive abilities. Defensive injury, charge, defensive bleed, defensive frostbite, 1 injury attack, strength in numbers, block frostbite, block bleeds, frosty, and wing shredder. As you can tell, it's a very defense heavy creature. But that's not to say it isn't a strong, powerful creature as well. In fact, let's get right into it. For the glorious Avothius, I have put 2 void plushies because I feel like a big creature like this that isn't extremely crazy fast deserves something like this. Now, even though it's not crazy extremely fast, as a baby, of course it has a little bit of speed, which I'll love to see. Frost Nova. Activate to apply frostbite to nearby creatures over time. Look at this guy over here. This guy's strong as hell, right? Why don't we just Frost Nova it? Yeah. Now we're getting cold. Now we're getting cold. I think it's also a baby. It wants to be friendly, but I'm applying cold to everything around me. Yeah. Frost Nova. I think that might be an update ability for it. Unless it's always been there. I can't seem to remember. But this is one of those underrated creatures. Listen, be able to put like frostbite so their bite speed is lower as well. When you find a target, you activate it around them, and then boom, they're changed. I hear creatures, but I don't see creatures. The creature over here. But where? These mountains are always so different. There's always so different. Like, it looks like I'm standing on top of a creature. Because I am standing on top of a creature. 78. This thing's already low. It's already low. I don't wanna attack it. It's already low. That's just like a defenseless creature. And in some cases, and it looks like a baby as well. In some cases, if that creature was, older, saw me coming, decided to yell at me or something, it would be taking a lap, basically, to the lobby. But it's not going to be taking a lap today, to be thankful. I'm being so kind. Even with all my running around, it's taking very little stamina. But I feel like that'll add up soon. Ooh, a turtle. Okay. Let's get our food in. Let's get our water in. While we hang around, just being tiny guys. Being tiny guys. I think people are growing their creatures. Finally, we see other small creatures along with us. This thing's a herbivore as well, so we gotta find some green grass. Something in here? I thought there'd be maybe some grass in there or something. Oasis, what might you have for us? We also have a charge attack, and I do plan on using it. As a baby, this thing's pretty fast. I want to see if it keeps that up. This always irks me when a creature stands like this, because it's like they're standing on their wrist, which I think they are. Like if they're standing on their knuckles, that's one thing. Like I can understand that, but it looks like it's standing on their wrist. Maybe it's knuckles. I don't know. It just looks like that. Oh, okay. There's that guy. He seems like he might be causing some trouble. Okay. I did my little jumpy jump. Am I small enough to fit in here? Wow, I am small enough to fit in here. This is usually like where tiny creatures go. I guess I'm still a baby, so you know what? It makes a bit of sense. It makes a bit of sense. Acid rain. That's the wrong way, Acid rain. Rain, go away. Oh, you can't even see people in chat. Okay. Wait, what does it say? Oh, Grace is here. Where? But where? We don't know. It needs to be clear skies today. You can lock yourself in here. If I went and just grew up in here, I'm stuck. Look at this thing's design. As a baby, it's not so foreboding, but it still has that kind of, oh shit, this thing is a bigger creature. Acid rain in the desert too. Like, come on, seriously? Like, are we gonna be serious right now? Pretty decent bite speed. Not that crazy as big, but pretty decent. Join the experience again. Okay, Grace, I see you. Just leaving and entering and entering and leaving and leaving and entering. Where the creature at? Why the acid rain? Why the acid rain? The acid rain is not something we need. It's still happening. I feel like it's still happening. We just can't say it's tricking us. It doesn't look like it's happening. But I know how these things work. There we go. No, still acid rain. God. What is wrong with them? Still acid rain, bruh. I swear it looked like it changed, right? Oh, hell no. Well, I'll catch you guys after this acid rain is over. Alright, it's clear skies. Thank goodness. I thought it would never end at this point. Alright, I basically lost all my mud pile scent hiding capabilities. Here we go. Now we can't take a call down for a song. Goodness me. We gotta find a place. Oh. It's that thing. That thing's right there. It's still causing trouble. We bigger now. We bigger now. We make a lot of noise when we move. Look at that thing. Goodness me. Honestly, I thought this thing was gonna be a lot slower. I mean, it's slow, but I thought it was gonna be a lot slower. What do I have? I have a damage trait as well? Let's be serious. Let's be serious. We're about to get some crazy damage because there's this plus this. 21.5% damage. Yeah, come on now. And we weigh 8,000. Let's not forget that. I weigh 8,000. You gotta strike things. Things gotta die. So yeah, now it looks a lot more foreboding. But I will say, I don't like these things as a design here. If I'm being honest with you, anyone who creates SONARIA is watching this. This being attached to the arms make it really weird when it's walking. Like it just looks kind of awkward, you know? If this was attached to like the main body or something behind the shoulder and it was like more stationary, then yeah, it looks better. See, while it's moving around, it looks a little clumsy, a little bit. You know what? Avothius is what? It's meant to be like what? A giant kind of ice mountain vibe. That's what I'm getting, right? Let's see if you can find some flower cove that shouldn't be around anymore. Put them on a t-shirt real quick. Grass? I will eat some grass. Oh, there's that flower creature. Goodness gracious, that guy's a big boy. That's a big boy. That guy probably weighs a lot more than I do anyways. Am I about to get targeted here? Am I about to get targeted? The way this can fly is just so uncanny and unnerving. I hope to God it lands on me actually. I almost want it to. Fall. Alright. Leaves are changing. Am I not seeing a little creature that should be here? Ah, it's on the branches. It's on the branches. There's a little Manawe creature. Then there's these little creatures. Okay, we do have to test. I'm holding sprint deck because we're trying to test its other capabilities as well. Okay, let's see its stamina recovery. That's pretty decent. That's pretty damn decent. Okay, that thing bit me. Causes a lot of bleeds. The Venetrox is about to kill me. Or it's trying to. Now this thing's trying to go for me. Yeah, let's be serious here. Be serious here. Let's be serious. Let's be serious here. Let's be serious here. Let's be absolutely serious. Now where's that little guy? Because that little guy was a problem. I'm chilling. The Venetrox, see, it's getting icy when it's standing near me. That's what I like to see. Make sure you avoid the holes. This one specifically, this crossing area, that's too many holes. Holes that you can't see normally. Uh-oh. Oh my god, 1,000 health. Is it serious right now? Is it being serious? Is it being serious? Oh my god. It hits for so much. It hits for so much. The other thing is coming. There's another thing coming at me. Why does it hit for so much? But the Frost Nova, I think, is the thing that just saved me. I think it was just my saving grace there. And I definitely feel like it's going to come back. But I think that was my saving grace because it just can't bite fast enough once it, you know, it has too much frostbite on it. And it has a bunch of bleeds when it bites me. And it has injury when it bites me. Yeah, get these marks faded off me. Get him faded! I have a regen boost as well, which is insane. Which you gotta love. Oh, maybe that's why its stamina regen wasn't so bad, because it has a little bonus on it. Okay? Okay. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. You could escape. Now, that Polymonstrum definitely would have erased me if it wasn't for either the Frost Nova or the fact that I was also doing a good amount of damage to it. You know, usually you guys might see yourself playing as this creature or like other creatures and you're like, damn, everything literally doesn't stop chasing me until it's dead, until I'm dead. So Kasich, you're lucky because like, how did he not just finish you off right there? I'm sure he's gonna come after me at some point, but it's also, you just gotta know what, you know, the rhythm and rhyme is. He's seen that I wasn't too afraid to fight him, and while I was fighting him, I had my Frost Nova on, which means that he's really not gonna be able to get as much damage as he wants to out, because let's say I only have 8,000 health, right? And he does 1,000 bites for whatever. But with Frost Nova, he's not going to be able to bite me as much. And that's me also doing damage to him. So it's a lose situation for him. And a good player will be able to see that difference. A bad player will just keep going. Because that guy's going to recuperate and try to get back. And it just might not work. But also might work. This thing's tanky though. 8,000 weight, 8,000 health. Now I didn't know that giant shrimp motherfucker was going to be able to do 1,000 damage on me. But I think it was because of spite. It did that much damage to me. I think spite made it go... The numbers went up for it. But on a one-on-one thing, I don't think it had the fighting chops. There's a creature here somewhere. I noticed it on the map. Where are you, creature? Okay. That's a very loud roar. But of what? It's making that loud roar. I'm just gonna get my stamina back. It's nighttime. I can't see shit. Oh, it's that guy again, I think. Turn yourself around. Just press strafe. And you can turn yourself around without having to make a full wide turn. Also, I don't know if it's an audio thing in general in COD, but when you walk around as a big creature, you hear that popping? What is that? Why does it exist? I think that's the creature I'm seeing on the map over there. This Venetrox needs to get bitten. And I have Wing Shredder too. What's my roar? Yeah. Big roar. Big roar. Is that thing stuck? Is that Venetrox stuck? Yeah. You can't fly away. We got a bunch of corrosion, but it can't fly away. It couldn't, nor was it able to, or was it possible for it to fly away from us. So, GG's. There's something else I saw here, though. Now, again, with this creature, I mean, I think it has a really interesting looking face. Real nice design. You know, it looks like a beast. It looks like a beast. Now, even though it isn't as big, it feels like it's not as big as some of the other tier 5s. It still has that kind of power to it. Which you gotta love. Which you gotta love. Yes, I think it's our time to go back to Oasis. Be the creatures gathering there. Now, there's nothing that's killed us so far. Though that Polymonstrum, I do want to fight it again. Polymonstrum is also one of those creatures that does way too much damage. But it makes sense. I believe it does like 600 base damage. That's before its weight's calculated and before anything else spite calculated. So it does a lot of damage to begin with. So 1,000 damage isn't really that, like, you know, like, oh my god, how did it pull that off? It could have had damage trait on it. It could have also had a... Honestly, wait, hold up. Can I just do this? Footsteps. Let's bring the footsteps down. Yeah, there we go. It also, you know, could have had void plushies on, plus damage trait, all these different things. You know, they account for something. They account for something. Let's see what's going on here. I see a blue mark. Is that Grace? That is Grace. Okay, maybe the footsteps are way too quiet now, because then, yeah, I still need to be able to hear some footsteps. There we go. Which one's Grace? Just so I don't bite Grace. None of these guys are Grace. Is Grace this one? Grace could also be these other ones. But I think this might be Grace. I can't see because they're... Okay, I just gotta cancel every other choice out. Another acid rain? You gotta be shitting me in the brick hole right now. There's a Fabergé over there. That's something I might want to try and beat. Can I fit inside this hole again? I can't. I can't. So I'm just gonna have to die, I guess. I'm just gonna have to die. No, I'm not, I guess. Okay, there we go. I think this is Grace. They do have a Garticus that's designed in a certain way. I'll mess with Grace. Now, if this isn't Grace... that isn't Grace, but I think that is Grace. She seems to have some people around her. But is that Grace, though? I'm very confused. Hold up. Is the Garticus Grace, or is that someone else? They have mud on them. And I have mud on me, so they technically can't tell that it's me. I know who it isn't. It's either the Guardian Dragon or this Gartocus. But I think it's the Gartocus. Dude, why? Who? Me? Grace. Grace now knows, hopefully, it reached that's me. Okay, there we go. Dragon's dead. Better? Yeah? Yes, thank you. Okay, now... Oh my god, the temptation to just also kill that thing. You know, keep it fair. Keep it fair. Okay, now this is where I get checked. Hold up. I know what you are. Yeah. Yes. Ethan. Yeah. Now, this Kohiki. I wanna try killing this Kohiki. Low-key Kohiki. Oh, they're already going for it. Damn. Yeah. A Gartocus? You can't really escape a Gartocus like that, if I'm being completely honest with you. Okay. How much damage do I do to a Gartocus? Not enough is the answer that we're looking for. What's the Imperion? Ow. Ow. Oh my god. Yeah, there's no way I'm beating Grace. When I had to mess with her a little bit. 1,000 damage plus a bunch of injury, though. Yeah, okay. So we know the upper echelon. You know, you can't take a Gartocus on or Garticus on, but you can take some other things on. Now those guys are pretty friendly with Grace, so I don't want to go and start attacking them. So we're gonna have to move and see if we can find that Fabergé. Oh my god, hold on. Blood Moon. That's the sound of a Blood Moon. Alright. Now I definitely have to find something. Damn, it's a Blood Moon, so what? A bunch of hearts are gonna fucking fall down and grab me? Holy heck. Or was that Blood Moon against them here? Oh, it's a Guardian Dragon. So this guy just decided to be his Korthos. That Korthos is low key. Yeah, let's be honest here. Yeah, me and Grace are not gonna go for each other. Kohiki is dead. Kohiki dead. Listen, you gotta remember, during a Blood Moon, yeah, your damage is spiked all the way up. Not only your damage, but also your... These little guys. One of them affected me, didn't they? There we go. Mitos, you're now dead. Get out of here. Your attack, your bite speed's also up. Stamina regen's up. That's a Sark. That's a Sark. That's the sound a Sark makes. That hissing noise. Where does Sark at, though? Is that Kohiki after me? I hope it does go after me. Damn. That Kohiki really has his shit cut out for him. That's the Fabergé that I was going after. Fabergé is very strong, but let's see if we can be stronger. So far, this thing has been pretty decent at everything. There's not like a one thing that this thing has been like, this is helpless in here. Fabergé better not be. I know the Fabergé can jump though. That's it. That's the thing. Oh shit. It's a crab. The crab turned around a little too fast for my liking. Oh my god. Grace got erased. Grace got erased. Grace got erased and I'm joining Grace. I'm joining Grace. Okay. I think I have a good idea of what the Avothius is capable of. It's very slow moving around, obviously, but I think I have a good idea what this thing is capable of. Let's get straight. I'm going to go back to back, and we can save the explanation later. Aura level for Avothius, I think it's a 5 out of 10. I don't think it's the craziest aura thing, but I think it's a 5 out of 10. Gameplay and stats. It has a bunch of defensive things. You bite it, it hurts. And it would be a problem if I didn't bite back and it hurt too. But when I bite back, it also hurts. And Void plushies definitely help with this creature. Definitely help with this creature. So I think the gameplay and stats for this creature, plus the Frost Noble, which is such an amazing ability if you just stack it on somebody. I believe the gameplay and stats for this creature is a 6 out of 10. I think it's really good. Danger level for this creature. The Avothius danger level, it is very strong. It is incredibly strong. Half the time I was picking and choosing and showing mercy on a couple things because I just knew that it decimated. Especially flyers. Flyers, they get wing shredded. Two wing shred on it. So you're going to be erasing flyers, no problem. Danger level, I'm giving a 7 out of 10. It is a very dangerous creature. You don't want to go through an Avothius unless you're a big creature, like again, a big creature. You don't want to go through an Avothius and go, yeah, I want to go through that. You know why? I want to not only be razzled when it bites me, but I also want to be dazzled when I bite it. You don't want that stuff. So the overall rating that I'm going to give the Avothius is honestly a 6.5 out of 10. It has a pretty good stats, if I'm being honest with you. 8,000 health, 8,000 weight. That you cannot go wrong with. It's not as slow, but it's not as big, but it's not as slow as you might think. Even though it's slower than I'd like it to be. You know what I mean? And has a bunch of defensive capabilities that you don't want to come across. Now, during a Blood Moon, taking on a Korthos, or a crab we like to call him, that's just stupid. Nah, no one should do that. No one should be able to do that, or should want to do that. And we didn't know if that thing was double red or not, and probably was. But other than that, you know, it was taking on everything else that it needed to with ease. Sometimes it's one-shotting it right off the bat. So yeah, that's the rating. If you agree with my rating, let me know down in the comment section below. If you disagree with my rating, also let me know in the comment section below. A lot of you guys are asking, can you do this creature? Can you do this creature? I'm going in alphabetical order. So after the A's will be the B's. After the B's will be the C's. And if you know the alphabet, you know where this is going to head to. So yeah, we're going to have a whole year of content when it comes to Kaz. And I hope you guys are locked in. If there's any other game you guys want me to play, let me know down in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.